Ed Smith. Ed, your first squad selected today. How challenging have you found it to name this first squad?
Yeah, really excited. The sun's out at Lords. Couldn't be a better place to be, could there? And we had a chance to pick a squad to play against Pakistan next week, and the selection panel is very excited about doing that. And yeah, I'm pleased to have picked a 12 for that squad.
How much cricket have you taken into account that you've seen already this season in the county championship?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't give a proportion for this or that. I'd say we looked at all the evidence. You look at past performance, you look at the international game, you look at county cricket as well, and make your selections as a group based on that information.
James Vince goes out of the side, Mark Stoneman stays in. Both had quite similar records in the winter. So why is it that Stoneman remains and Vince goes out of the side?
So the first thing we did was we looked at how can we improve the performance of the top 5. And the selection panel decided that moving Johnny Bairstow to number 5 was a really strong move. Johnny Bairstow is also excited by that challenge as well. And then Joe Root wanted to do what's best for the team. He put his hand up and said, I'll bat 3. So then the question becomes, what about the other roles? Now, Mark Stoneman was considered as an opening batsman, where he's always batted as an opener, and the selection panel was very happy to continue with Mark Stoneman and Alistair Cook as the openers. Situation then, the next situation we looked at was who should bat, alongside Joe Root, but before Johnny Bairstow, and the decision was made to omit James Vince. Now, James Vince obviously played 13 Test matches, averaging 24, but it's wider than that. And I'll say exactly the same thing to you that I said to James Vince on the phone in person today, which is that there's no doubt James Vince can play. He can really play handsomely and look at a Test player. Of course he can. But if you look at the history of his cricketing output, his ability to produce the kind of score that he produced actually in the last few days, those scores have come around too infrequently. Now, if that 201 not out can be the start of a new habit of batting for 8 hours, and of course the door is not closed on him, and that's what I've told him today. But so far, we felt he has not produced enough match-defining innings in an England shirt or indeed elsewhere in cricket, so the decision was made to leave him out.
A lot of people will be really excited to see the inclusion of Jos Buttler. Is that a reflection of his IPL record this season? And if so, are you confident he can replicate that form in a Test match environment?
It's not just about the IPL, it's about everything with Jos. Obviously, Jos Buttler is an integral part of England's white ball cricket in both forms. He brings leadership ability. He's playing with such high confidence and flair at the moment that the selection panel felt this was just the ideal time to reintroduce him into Test cricket. Having decided that the batting order was going to be different, and then that created that number 7 slot, and how are we going to use that to pick a player with a point of difference, something special. And I think Jos is admired as one of the most exciting and talented players in world cricket, and the selection panel felt this was exactly the right moment to reintroduce him into Test cricket, and that's what we've done.
And just finally from me, obviously England have had a disappointing record away from home of late. How much are you looking forward to selecting players that can be successful both in English conditions, but looking ahead to the tour of Sri Lanka this winter, players that could potentially feature there and succeed there? Yeah,
really good question. First of all, there's a total awareness that England's form away from home has been really poor, and we, the selection panel, will be looking at doing everything we can to put the capabilities on the field to perform better abroad when those Test matches happen abroad. I wouldn't say that played a big part in the selection now. Obviously it was an opportunity to look at a young spinner, and we've taken that opportunity, but the main focus was getting the team right, the squad right, for the challenges against Pakistan.
Will Jos Buttler have to change his game at all now he's back in the Test fold?
I think the feeling of the selection panel is that we want Jos Buttler to bat as Jos Buttler can bat. That's it. Very simple message. He's a remarkable talent, and we'd like him to bring that talent onto the Test stage. So that's it. It's very simple. He's extraordinary ability, and the selection panel wants to invest opportunity in him to show that talent on the Test stage.
What can you tell the casual cricket fans who might be surprised to see Dominic Bess's name in that side?
Well, first of all, really disappointing for Jack Leach, to miss out with that knock on his hand and the break there. Really misfortunate, but it did create an opportunity to have a look at an exciting young spinner. Dominic Bess has had a terrific start to his first-class career, not only at Somerset but also when he's been given opportunities to play in representative matches, whether that's MCC against the champion county or North-South. He's grabbed those opportunities. I went up to Old Trafford to watch Lancashire against Somerset, had a chat with him and a few other people as well. And in those few moments I spent with Dominic Bess, and I wouldn't say it had any influence at all on his selection, but I can say that the little time I spent with him reinforced the view of people who know him a lot better, which is he's got a terrific personality, relishes a challenge, and so far when he's been given a new set of circumstances, or if you like been elevated a little bit, he's grabbed it. So it was an opportunity to get an exciting young spinner into the team.
How did Moeen Ali take his omission?
Yeah, I spoke to Moeen. He was very good about it all, and he understands that he's had a difficult winter, and he also understands that probably the feeling is that his more likely route back into the team, and it's definitely a possibility moving forward. He can come back without doubt, will be as a second spinner and also through whatever runs as a batter. So yeah, he understands that completely.
And finally from me, Alistair Cook, Broad and Anderson continue to endure. How long can these boys carry on?
I wouldn't speculate on that at all. I can say we were confident about selecting all of them, obviously, for this squad, and we're happy to do that.
Okay. Ed, there was quite a lot of talk when you were appointed that you might be very analytics-based, statistics-based. Actually, you've gone the other way with it a little bit with Jos Buttler, haven't you? It's a bit of a hunch in a selection. Is that fair?
I wouldn't say that either. I would say that first of all, I would say that analytics didn't play a huge part in the selection today. I've been in the job for 2 weeks, so it started on the 1st of May. So I wouldn't say that we've put in place a whole new, any sort of whizzy analytics systems at all. It was based on cricketing judgments, and the selection panel was very pleased to give that opportunity of Jos Buttler to reintroduce him into Test cricket. It just felt like exactly the right time to do that. In terms of statistics, Jos averages 31 in Test cricket, 35 at home. In the period of time since he made his debut in 2014, debutants are averaging 26 for England in that period of time. So there's statistical arguments you can make for that selection. But to be honest with you, that didn't really play a big part in the selection. It was just the feeling of the selection panel. The opportunity was there. The first thing we looked at was how can we improve England's top 5. The decision was then made to move Jonny Bairstow up to number 5. And he's really relishing that challenge. I spoke to him today. He'll keep wicket, he'll bat number 5 and take on extra responsibility, which he's more than capable of doing. He's a terrific player, and he can now even add to what he's been doing so well in an England shirt. Joe Root then said what's best for the team, and he put his hand up to bat 3. I think that's a real statement of intent and leadership. Terrific from him. And then, if you like, given that Ben Stokes bats 6 and is a world-class all-rounder, the opportunity came up to use that number 7 spot. How are we going to use that number 7 spot to bring a point of difference, to bring something new and dynamic to the Test team? And the selection panel just felt it was exactly the right time to reintroduce Jos Buttler into the Test team at number 7. It's something he's done a little bit. He had a bit of success, and he played nicely in Mumbai for 60 in the end of 2016 and averaged in the high 30s in that spell, then batting at number 7. But the overwhelming feeling was that it was the right time to reintroduce Jos into Test cricket.
Are you concerned at all that it sends any sort of negative message to county cricket about how little regard the selectors are paying to that?
Not at all. I'm around the country. I'll be watching lots of county cricket. Have been watching lots of county. We'll be watching lots more county cricket. If people put in really consistent performances, they will be not only considered, but they have a very good chance of being selected moving forward. So not at all. I think it was just a feeling that Jos is one of the most exciting talents in world cricket. There's no doubt about that. Obviously, England fans have loved watching him give a full expression of that fantastic talent in white ball cricket, and the selection panel felt this was the time to reintroduce him into Test cricket, and we're delighted to do that.
And Dom Bess, he's been selected partly for his character, it seems. He's quite a feisty character, very confident player. Obviously not played a lot away from Taunton. Again, that's quite a brave selection.
I don't know. To be honest with you, you say he's been picked on character. That's your phrase, not mine. Dom Bess averages 22 with the ball, 25 with the bat. He's had a terrific start to his first-class career, not only for Somerset, but also when he's been given the opportunity to, if you like, get elevated or to play in a representative match, whether that's North-South, whether that's MCC against the champion county. He's grabbed those opportunities. Yeah, and when I spoke to him, when I went up to Old Trafford and watched Lancashire play against Somerset, I spoke to him, and I wouldn't say it had any influence in selection at all, but the conversation I had with him reinforce what people who know what people say who know him much better than I do, which is he's a very confident guy, brings a lot to the team as well as his performances. But to be honest with you, his record also is impressive, and it was an opportunity with disappointing and very sad injury from Jack Leach's point of view, but that created an opportunity to have a look at a young spinner. We were excited to do that, and the selection panel was very happy to give a debut to Dominic Bess if he gets the selection, which is obviously down to the captain and coach on the day.
Was there any talk about the transition that England are going to have to make one day to life after Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad have obviously been terrific since the dawn of time, it seems, but at some stage, particularly going overseas, that's going to be an issue, isn't it?
Didn't come up in today's selection meeting. I think there's 2 points. So first of all, obviously every selection panel's also got half an eye on the future, but to be honest with you, the focus today was just getting the squad right and picking the right squad to play against Pakistan next week here at Lord's. That was our focus. Those issues didn't come up in today's meeting. We're just excited about the squad that's playing against Pakistan.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Ed.
Cheers, Ed.
Okay, cheers.
That was me.